Welcome back to One with Tay. So there have been a lot of guests recently, which is very, very exciting. But today it's just me, and it is time to finally have this conversation. I have been putting it off a little bit, but I'm ready to have the conversation in depth now. So I am really, really big on manifestations and affirmations, and really big at this point in my life too. Like it is a huge, my day almost revolves around it, to be totally honest with you. And ever since I was consciously aware that it existed, like the law of attraction and all of the universal laws, it changed like my entire life. And this year I've been really, really putting it to use, like in every single aspect of my life. Like anything possible, I use it. So, and from that, my mentality has absolutely flourished, and a lot of different circumstances in my life have also flourished as well, which is really all we could ask for. So keeping a positive mindset is very beneficial for anybody that, sets their mind to it. So why am I bringing this up on a podcast that is about drinking? Because this time last year, there wasn't a single evening where I even gave a thought to being sober. Like it was absolutely out of the question. My thoughts were so loud that I did anything in the world to numb them. And like I couldn't, like I just, at the time I hated how much time I thought I had wasted. Little did I know that that time was absolutely not wasted, that those were things that I had to go through to grow. But my thoughts were so dark, and like it didn't matter if I was distracted or with friends or doing something, like I had to be drinking. Like it was the only thing that eased the commotion going on inside of my head, right? So basically, I had gone through a extremely toxic relationship, and I let it go on for incredibly too long. And these things happen. I'm sure we've all been in a unfortunate relationship for too long, and if not, congrats. But so for me, once everything like hit its tragic climax and I was finally able to rid myself of the toxic human, I drank my pain away that I had thought I had wasted so much time. That's why I was so upset, was because I just thought I had wasted all this time, and I was just like devastated about it. I drank constantly. It was the only thing that like stopped the pain and the disappointment in myself. And I don't know how many of us have dated a narcissist before, but it can feel like the fucking world is ending during and after. So it is a traumatic experience, to say the least. So anyways, meaningful change, it takes time, lots of time, dedication, effort, things of that nature. And I always say and try to instill in myself and others, like, don't be so hard on yourself. Life is a lot, life is hard. Don't get down on yourself, and I mean it. Like, look for the light at the end of the tunnel and attempt to go towards it. Like, you will be so proud of yourself that you did, right? Like, I know I am. I was in such a dark spot. Like, I didn't even want to think about it. I still don't even want to see pictures of myself from that period of my life. And like, I'm sure that there's somebody else that can relate to that. It's an unfortunate thing. So first off, I do hope that nobody compares their troubles, their worries, their woes to anybody else, because everybody's path is so fucking different. It wouldn't be fair of us to compare our difficulties, our circumstances to other people. And it goes both ways. Like, we're always comparing ourselves to other people that are beautiful on social media or whatever, but it's the same as people's problems. We can't compare our problems to other people's. It's just not right. And like, in the same sense of the word, I used to care so much about what people thought about me. Like, once I started to finally focus on myself and my betterment, my entire life changed for the better than I could have even imagined, honestly. And like, not entirely externally, but like internally, there is a world of difference. Like, I view myself differently. I view other people and their circumstances differently. And like, there are so many things that I have a better view of and a better understanding, or at least a better acceptance of, that I didn't have clarity on before. So I was introduced to the law of attraction in college, and I never, ever, ever, ever stopped promoting it once I did, find out about it and experience it for myself. Like, even my best friend Bentley my best friend from college, he texts me like I swear to God, on a yearly basis and thanks me for introducing him to The Secret. Literally just because having a positive outlook on life can enhance your world and your surroundings in so many different ways. So those texts of him just saying thank you, for enhancing my life in that way. And it wasn't even me. Everybody has access to this information, has access to the book, the movie. Like, I read the book first, but everybody has access to this information. It's almost mind-boggling that we are all using it to our advantage. So that's why I'm having this conversation, okay? So, and the funniest part is that people know I have so much faith, so much trust in my universe, and I do for you too. Like, I trust your universe has your back. I really do believe that. Like, whatever you are going through, whatever, pain, whatever troubles, anything that it is, your universe has your back, and there is a fucking light at the end of the tunnel. I guarantee it. Okay? So so I have been going through my recovery and my growth process at the exact same time as my spiritual awakening. So if you can imagine, there is an incredible amount of information going on in my head constantly, and it's not even like solid, thorough information, because it's a lot of questions. Like, I'm going through an awakening. I'm learning about myself. There's so much I don't understand. Like, I'm constantly questioning myself, which is good. Like, you're supposed to challenge yourself. It's part of the growing process. So I'm super grateful that this is happening together. Oddly enough, like, I'm grateful that I'm going through my journey to a cleaner life and my spiritual awakening at the same time. I don't know how many people get to do that, but it's a very cool experience, to say the least. So once you realize that the world is working for you and never, ever against you, even though sometimes it could definitely seem like it, there will be a cloud lifted. You will be able to see past the veil, or you break through the matrix, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you call it, it is fucking magical, okay? And like, you will start to love yourself and your situation and your circumstances and the things around you so much more. It'll seem brighter, more colorful, more exciting. Like, I literally see myself in a new light. And I'm thankful for my body. I'm thankful for my mind, my spirit, my energy. I'm thankful for these things now where everything just seemed like too much before. I didn't want to deal with it, and now I have gratitude for all these things that make me. So it's crazy that you don't see those at times, right? Obviously, I have faults and a past, but like, finally, now that I'm working on healing myself, and when the universe knows that you are working towards being your best self, working on any type of improvement in your life, the universe will reward you and help you, guide you even. Like, self-care is key, whether that be meditation, yoga, affirmations, exercising, biking, hiking, nature walks, eating healthy, whatever it is. Once the universe knows that you are working towards your best self, you will be rewarded. Guaranteed facts. Like, society makes it seem like we are not trying hard enough, not doing our best. We are doing our best. We are doing the most that we can, right? At the time. Okay? So like, don't get down on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. We fucking got this, okay? We can literally speak self-love into existence. Like, no more shitty thoughts about ourselves, to ourselves, inside our own minds. We get to choose what we think about. Why would we let our mind flood with negative things about ourselves? There's a whole wide world for us to experience and enjoy. Like, we have to stop tearing ourselves down in the meantime. Like, this is insane. It's insane. I spent so much time hating my body, hating this, that, and the other, like, hating how loud I am, hating... Society made me that way. I love myself. I'm definitely trying to work on it really hard. So that's all I'm preaching here. You know, try to love yourself. It can happen. Okay, so get this. There are 12 universal laws of attraction, okay? There are also 12 steps to recovery, okay? A few months ago, I wrote down all 12 of each, 24 total, and I compared them side by side, tried to match them up. I just had a feeling. For some reason, the laws of attraction, the universal laws, and the steps to recovery, for some reason, I just felt like they kind of interconnected. Loving yourself and being your best self, and if you have an addiction or whatever you have and you want to help yourself, there are steps and ways to do it, and I just felt like they related. Okay, so anyways, I'm not gonna go over all 24 comparisons or read my crazy notes, but it is super interesting once you start believing that you can get sober or live a cleaner life, whatever you're working towards, right? And that you also understand that the universe is working for you. It can make the process so much easier, smoother, like just flawless. It's so, once you understand that you are being guided and helped towards the things that you are working on, and you just trust that like the best outcome is possible, I swear to God, it just makes life so much easier. I wish I could just like drill it into everybody's brain to make them understand. So I will give one example though, because I did like this one. So think about this. One of the universal laws, the law of divine oneness, which basically means that everything is connected and everything happens for a reason, right? One of the steps of recovery is faith. And like, obviously that has to, some relation to God, but faith literally just means that there is a power higher than yourself working for you, right? Okay, so, and that it connects us and has our backs. Each and every one of us. I could go into these crazy, spiels of how I think each one is related, and like maybe I'm wrong, but it just made me super curious. And like, considering that the last year for me has been all about self-improvement, and like that my spiritual awakening is in full force, I had to dig further into it. And if you're curious, I can go more into it, but it's a lot. Anyways, so it is time for my favorite part: tips, tricks, and what the fuck is this? So last tip, number 13, was from my BFF Cody Brown, and it was one step at a time. Excellent advice, important advice even. But now we are on to tip number 14. So tips, tricks, and what the fuck is this? Number 14 is to be grateful. Be grateful and stay grateful. Like, it's so important in the learning and growing process just to let gratitude fill your mind at all times. Be grateful that you're alive. Be grateful for everything around you. Mother Nature, your loved ones, even like material shit that makes you happy. Like, think about be grateful for the mistakes you've made, the lessons that you've learned. All of those things are things that have made you the incredible human that you are today. Like, that's fucking awesome if you ask me. I don't know. So I do have a trick for this tip, and it is something I use every single day. And if you implement this, you can improve your day right from the very get. And like, when your alarm goes off, so this is it, when your alarm goes off, or whatever alarm it is that you wake up to, because I know I have like, I'm not even going to tell you, it's like 4 or 5, but it takes me a minute to wake up, and that's okay. It's just who I am. Accept who you are. That's another tip. But the trick is, before you even get on socials, before you check your text or your planner or whatever it is, say 5 things that you're grateful for. That's all it is. It's so easy, and it'll set the tone for your day. And I swear that if you just give yourself a second to be grateful and realizing that, you have the things that you need to survive and that you are safe and secure, the universe will grab you. It'll be like a whole hug. I sound like such a hippie, I'm sorry. But like, okay, so here, if you think that you need 5 things to be grateful for, you can't come up with them on your own. Boom, I got you. I am grateful that I woke up this morning. I am grateful for my bed and the comfort of my bed. I am grateful for the air that I breathe. I am grateful for my family or my friends or my animals. I'm grateful for intelligence and my creativity. Like, I could go on for days. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm just trying to say that you can convince your subconscious to believe that every day is going to be the best day of your life. And why wouldn't you want to go forward with that thought? Like, it seems so easy, right? So tips, tricks, and what the fuck is this, number 14, is to be grateful. Be grateful and stay grateful. Okay? So that is it for this episode. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns, any of the things, you can reach out to me on any social at 180 with Tay. I did start a TikTok, so if you're on there, at 180 with Tammy. And, you know, really, I just hope that you are striving to see the best in yourself, because you are literally fucking awesome. You're here, you're great, you're trying to be your best. And that's literally all anybody can ask from you. So I will see you next time.